My name's Tom Akers. I'm a local boy who was raised just down the river here, about 3 or 4 miles on this river road at Stories Creek. My grandmother, my father, and my older brother Alan went to school over here in this Stories Creek schoolhouse when it was at Stories Creek. And I've lived here most of my life and am blessed to be from here. I think most of us local people who were raised around here, Alley Springs has lots of memories, as it does for me, and I think many times when you're raised here you take a place like this for granted, but I can't imagine a more beautiful setting for this presentation today and for this new quarter that has a replica of the old red mill on it to be presented. At this time we're going to welcome Governor Greitens' representative Paul Fitzwater up to the mic for some comments.
Thank you very much. What an awesome looking crew. I love all of the kids. I used to be a school teacher, and seeing them just does good to my heart. The governor couldn't be here today, and what an honor it is for me to be asked to come down here and share just a couple of brief words with you about this monumental day. What a beautiful day, and what a beautiful day of weather we got for this. You know, the governor realizes that Missouri is a home to a community of dedicated teachers who will recognize that the release of the Ozark National Scenic Riverways Quarter is an opportunity, you know, to bring further knowledge and appreciation of this site in the classroom, I assure you. So all of you teachers out there, this is another teaching tool, teaching aid for you. And like I said, I'm very honored to be very brief that the governor has proclaimed this day, June 5th, as the quarter of the day in the classroom. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul. And now we'll introduce Representative Jason Smith, our Missouri 8th District Representative.
Thank you. It is an honor to be here, not too far from home, just up the river, Salem. I look in this crowd and I see students from Van Buren, people from Houston and West Plains, Salem, Emnitz, Raymondville, Summersville, all over South Central Missouri. And that's because we're here to celebrate this important designation. This is extremely, extremely uncommon for the students that are here to be part of something this big. This mill right here, when you walk into my office in Washington, D.C., you'll see it right on the wall. The only thing that's missing is the big tree that was right there, but it's still on the wall in Washington. And this place is very special to me. Not only because it's so close to home, but every June, this is where we have our family reunion. The Dooley family reunion's always right over here with my grandmother's family. And this is our history. This started out as a small business right here. And small businesses is what make up our district, 20,000 small businesses. It's the fabric of our life. This is the first river that was protected by the National Park designation, the current river. And Alley Springs is the monument of that. Alley Mill is. And it's pretty awesome to think that it's going to be on a coin that we can keep in our pockets. That coin's out, I think, for 10 weeks, so you better collect as many of those coins as you can find so you can pass on to your kids and grandkids. But it's a very special day. And it's good to see that South Central and Southeast Missouri is being recognized from a national perspective. And I'm glad to be here. It's an honor, and it's a pretty happy day for me. So thank you.
Thank you, Representative Smith. And now we'll introduce David Stokely, who's a representative for Senator Claire McCaskill.
Thank you, Tom. My name is David Stokely, and I'm the District Director for Senator McCaskill, this part of the world, 32 counties in South Central and Southwest Missouri. Larry, I thought you might be able to turn the mill down so we could hear a little bit better, or then again, maybe we should turn the microphone down to where we could all just listen to the mill. So I don't know which, maybe the latter. So Claire, Senator McCaskill does send her sincere apologies being unable to attend today. Congress is in session, and as some of you all may have heard, there's a lot of, it's interesting times we live in, so she felt like she should be in D.C. She's headed back home to the Senate. As many of you know, Claire and her family have deep roots here in the Ozarks and a personal connection to this mill that's behind us. Claire's great-grandfather, Jack McCaskill of Houston, Missouri, was brother to George Washington McCaskill, the owner of Alley Mill. George McCaskill started his life with virtually nothing, became one of the leading farmers and stockmen of Shannon County, constructing the spring and mill on several hundred-acre farm, where it was reported he had the best water power in the county. It's the commitment to Missouri values that George embodied: hard work, a commitment to family, and the importance of preserving our state's natural beauty for the next generation that live on here and that we celebrate today with this quarter. Claire is thrilled that this piece of her family's legacy will continue to be preserved and celebrated in a way that folks across the country can learn about and enjoy. A little piece of Missouri's rich history in folks' pockets, cash registers, and change drawers. And on a personal note, first time I ever came to Alley Mill, I was probably about 9 years old. My grandfather was hired by the state parks, and this was one of Missouri's jewels of state parks at that time, writing stories on all the parks in Missouri. And I was fortunate enough to accompany him to most of those, and especially here to Alley Mill. So I'm hoping that some of the 9-year-olds out here in the audience, 50-something years from now, thanks to the foresight of the people, this will be preserved where you can bring your children and grandchildren here to enjoy for posterity. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today. Congratulations to Missouri and Alley Mill. Thank you.
Thank you, David. And now we will hear from Darren Lingle, who's representing the office of Senator Roy Blunt.
Hello, thank you all. Warm regards from Senator Blunt. He regrets that he can't be here on this special day to celebrate with all of you. As a former history teacher, this is the kind of event that Senator Blunt would love to attend, and he would love to see all the kids here. You know, this is a great day, and this designation and this quarter of the Alley Mill, with the Alley Mill, is wonderful to recognize this national park and this beauty that we have here. But I think it's even more important because it recognizes the history and the heritage of the people that make up this part of Missouri. You people, the people that live in South Central Missouri, are some of the best in the world. You are determined and hardworking folks, and I love the idea now that whether there's someone in California or New York City, they're going to look at this quarter and they're going to wonder where that is. And maybe somebody's going to look that up and want to know a little bit more about this area. And it's something that all of us already know. It's a beautiful, special place to live with wonderful people. So it's an honor to be here today celebrating with you all. Congratulations. Yes, it's great for the Park Service, but it's bigger for you all because this is about the people that make this up and the history here. So congratulations to you all. Enjoy the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Darren. And now I'd like to introduce Patricia Trapp. She's the Deputy Regional Director of the National Park Service.
Wow, who's happy to be here today? In my job, I'm very lucky to help oversee 61 National Park Service sites in 13 states in the Midwest. And you know what my favorite park is today? Ozark National Scenic Riverways, right here. Who else joins me? I can't think of a better place I want to be, and I can't wait to get my quarter. Can you wait to get your quarter? This is an amazing national park. The lush riverways, it's truly magical. And it weaves into the history and threads through the culture of this entire region. Last month, I was frankly shocked and awed, as we all were, and saddened at the devastation brought about by the floods. Given those terrible scenes, therefore, it's even more meaningful that we're here today to celebrate what this park means to these communities and to the nation. On behalf of the Midwest region, I want to thank the many people, and there's many of you in this room, whose heroic effort kept their friends, neighbors, and community members safe, including the men and women of the National Park Service, who not only have dedicated their career to working here at Ozark's National Scenic Riverway, but they call it home and are part of your communities. In particular, I'd like to recognize them. If you could join me in a round of applause for all the men and women in uniform here today. And during events like this, it takes strong leadership. So I'd specifically like to recognize today Superintendent Larry Johnson, who you'll hear from later. Please join me in a hand of applause. The Midwest region of the Park Service, the one thing we can provide is we could provide support during this event. We sent, within just hours, we sent 150 men and women down here to help. And I want to tell you that we're going to committed to the recovery, and we'll be bringing further dollars and technology to bring back the things that have been lost. Today, this national park not only provides interpretive and education programs to all of the visitors. In addition, we are become a real economic engine. Over $50 million come about in visitor spending this year at Ozark National Scenic Riverway. So I am so excited to be here today, as I told you, and I'm so honored and proud to celebrate this place with the launch of the quarter. This quarter represents the magical park and the place Ozark National Scenic Riverways has in your amazing communities. It represents truly nationally significant resources. That's why people from all over the country and the world come to here. And people hundreds of miles away and further who may never see the Ozarks, they never able to visit this incredible place. But when they get that quarter, they'll be able to experience it. Coins are one of the few objects common to every single one of us. And despite all the options right now, like Bitcoins and other things for paying for things, coins will endure. As part of the America the Beautiful program, each state gets one coin, only one coin, to represent what's special about that place. And today, our coin has Ozark's National Scenic Riverway. Congratulations to all of you on your beautiful quarter, and thank you for your support of the park and its thorough recovery. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. You know, we folks who were blessed enough to be raised in this area and live around here, as I mentioned, we sometimes take the beauty of the Ozarks and the rivers for granted. And likewise, we are also blessed with lots of good music here in the Ozarks. And we have lots of local groups who perform at benefits and donate their time. And probably one of the best known currently and one of the premier music groups are the Baker family. And you've already heard from Karina, and we're going to hear from them now. Sean and Carrie Baker, we thank you for being here with your family.
Make me wish I'd never told a lie.
Well, thank you. I tell you, we could listen to that all day, I think. Unfortunately, we have to listen to some of us folks talk some more. I'd like to introduce at this time the superintendent of the Ozark Scenic Riverways, Larry Johnson.
Thank you, Tom. Distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, it's a true privilege to be here today. Imagine this is probably not the kind of launch Tom is used to, so we're happy to provide something a little different for him. We thank all of you for being here today. The release of the America the Beautiful Ozark Riverways quarter depicting Alley Mill is a most fitting symbol representing not only the great state of Missouri, but of course also Ozark National Scenic Riverways. Alley Mill in today's ceremony, recognizing it as the feature depicted on Missouri's only America the Beautiful quarter, take on added significance in light of recent events. As you know, this mill has stood since 1894, has survived countless floods and other disasters. It stands as a true symbol of resilience for us here today, and we are most grateful for the outstanding work done by the U.S. Mint in commemorating this wonderful place. The resilience represented by Alley Mill is particularly relevant now as we here at Ozark Riverways work diligently to repair and restore facilities and services damaged from last month's flooding. As we're discovering during the process, there are times when progress doesn't come quite as quickly as we'd like. Right now, many park facilities remain unsafe and are still temporarily closed. However, our amazing employees continue to work very hard to get the rivers and park areas reopened as soon as possible. While we have a long way to go, we are making good progress. And I guess I do want to add, I could not be more proud of our park employees. You'll see them in the crowd, you'll see them stacked up back there, who have worked so hard and so diligently to clear river obstructions, reopening river areas to the public. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you. They represent the best of public service, for as we all know, these rivers are the lifeblood of our communities that have been hit so hard by the flood. The mill stands strong after 123 years, and it inspires us by its example of persevering through times of difficulty. If this historic structure might talk, perhaps it could offer us a little advice from Alley Mill. Life may be a grind, but it usually comes out all right in the end. It's easier to go with the grain than against it. Channel life's currents to your advantage. Go with the flow. And finally, don't get moved off your foundation. And don't forget you're here for the long haul. So our thanks to the U.S. Mint for providing this wonderful occasion that's helping to bring visitors to this area who might not otherwise know about this wonderful place. And we invite them not only to enjoy the festivities today, but come back, bring your family, bring your friends, see us when you can stay a little bit longer. We appreciate all that you've done. Again, our thanks to all of you for coming. And again, thanks to our NPS employees for the great work. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Johnson. Now I'd like to introduce Michelle Satchel, who's the Senior Advisor, the Office of the Director of the United States Mint.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Good, good. Thank you for that kind introduction, Tom. And I am just so honored and excited to be here with you this morning to introduce the Ozark National Scenic Riverways Quarters to our nation. What an amazing environment. I was just so excited to walk up here and just see how beautiful the environment, just the alley mills and the riverways and everything is. And so I am pleased to see so many of you here today that you could join us for this celebration. This is an especially momentous occasion because the issue of this coin comes on the heels of the United States Mint 225th anniversary, which we just observed just a couple of months ago. The United States Mint was established on April the 2nd, 1792, with the passage of the Mint Act. Secretary of the Treasury Alexander Hamilton personally prepared plans for a national mint, and the United States Mint in Philadelphia was the first federal building erected under the Constitution. And I am very proud to be a part of this great institution, which has without fail produced coins that have served as instruments of American commerce for 225 years and counting. To put the importance of this coin in perspective, 7 years ago, the U.S. Mint began issuing quarters featuring designs depicting national forests, parks, and other national sites as a part of the United States of America, the Beautiful Quarters program. Each year, we issue 5 new national site designs on the reverse of the quarter. These quarters connect America through coins to our most treasured places. At each America the Beautiful coin event, we celebrate our nation's wisdom in conserving beautiful and historical national sites for all Americans. The Ozark Riverways Quarter is the 38th coin in the America the Beautiful Quarters program and the 3rd quarter to be introduced into circulation in 2017. And it is very easy to see why Missouri chose this special place to represent the natural beauty of the state. The first national park area to protect the river system, Ozark National Scenic Riverways covers 134 miles of the Kern and Jacks Forest rivers, more than 400 caves, and a world-class spring system that is unparalleled in North America. Millions of Americans will see this new quarter and will want to learn more about the spectacular natural beauty of this unique area. You will also find the Ozark Riverways Quarter in classrooms across the country this year. Teachers are using the lesson plans inspired by this coin and others, which are available on the Mint site. And it is just so awesome to see so many of our youth here today. This new coin not only honors the unique natural features of the Ozarks, but also the heritage and the lifeways of the Ozark culture. The design of this quarter depicts Alley Mill, one of many historic structures found throughout the park. Vital to the community here a century ago, the mill stands as a tribute to our ability to harness the power of the environment and reminds us of a way of life heavily shaped by the remote and rugged landscape in which it endured. We are privileged today to have with us the artist who created this inspiring design, Ron Sanders. Ron, please stand. Ron, thank you for contributing your artistic skills to the story of our nation. We invite all Americans to come along with us on the journey from national site to national site through the America the Beautiful Quarters program, and also to come along on the journey of the Ozark National Scenic Riverways Quarters as they pass from hand to hand across the country, connecting America through coins. And now for a special presentation, I have with me 2 of these new coins from the very first day of their production. One from our production facility in Philadelphia and one from Denver. Representative Fitzwater, will you please join me at the podium? I am pleased to present these 2 America the Beautiful Quarters from the first day of production to the people of Missouri. May they take pride in knowing that their place in history is forever a part of our American coinage. Superintendent Johnson and Deputy Regional Director Trapp, will you please join me at the podium? I am pleased to present these to America the Beautiful quarters from the first day of production to the men and women of the National Park Service. Thank you for preserving and protecting the Ozark National Scenic Riverways. Thank you. So when people learn that I work for the Mint, they jokingly will ask me for free samples. And usually I do just that, I laugh and I say, sorry, I don't have any. But today is your lucky day. Everyone here under 18, well I should say 18 and under, will receive a brand new quarter. You will be among the first people in the country to receive an Ozark Riverways quarter. So when you get this coin, you can either spend it or you could put it away and keep it to pass on to your grandchildren and tell them about the day that you helped make history. And now, my personal favorite part of this ceremony, it's time to launch a new coin. Representative Fitzwater, Representative Smith, Superintendent Johnson, and Deputy Regional Director Trapp, please join me for the traditional coin pour. On behalf of all the men and women at the United States Mint, I congratulate the people of Missouri on your new Ozark National Scenic Riverways quarter.